So am I inside Big Ben? No, but where am I? Let me tell you. No, this is where I was. It's called the Cali, or the Caledonian Clock Tower. It's got the most amazing panoramic view of London. It's hardly known about by any Londoners, only open once a month, and I'll put the link in the comments. Please come see it. So this was at the centre of an enormous meat market that was moved here in the 1850s and it's rumoured that one of the reasons why the City of London took over the market was to stop protests. They didn't like political protests. They wanted to reduce the amount of working class industrialised union activity here, so they bought it and turned it into a huge meat market instead. And this is it, the Cali Clock Tower, dominating the whole of this area, and I've just been up to the top. This is the view from the halfway point, and this explanation here is already out of date because the buildings that are here, especially in this area, look nothing like what you see there now. So let's talk about the pigs that were sold in this market here. So we've got three varieties here. The ancestors were fond of cheeks, knuckles, guts and blood, but only a few hundred pigs would be sold here because they actually were pets. Especially the poorer families would keep them in their house to eat anything. So it was like having your own rubbish dump in your house. But eventually, of course, your family pet would be slaughtered, at which point the animal might feel that its friendship had been a bit misplaced, and you would use the entire body. So it would be skinned for leather to make suitcases, it would be rendered up, boiled up to make oils and lubricants, crushed up to make bone china and animal food, gutted to make violin strings, and then they would shave the poor pigs, the final ignominy, to make paintbrushes. Talk about the sheep. The sheep would be used for everything. All their bits and pieces would be made up. So obviously the wool, amongst other things, would be turned into felt. Their horns became knife handles. Their guts were turned into violin strings. And their stomachs became dog food. The skins were scraped and became parchment. And finally, their fat would be boiled up, rendered down, and turned into industrial products. They've come from Wales. Those sheep would be on the hoof for 20 days before arriving in London. This is one of the staircases here, extremely steep. I wouldn't recommend coming up here in a miniskirt or a kilt. So this is an accurate depiction of the market. So the clock tower is in the middle. You'd have these pens that they would use to fatten up the animals before they were sold. Toilets at each corner, pubs, and also abattoirs, as well as finally hotels people to stay in. And it was an enormous area. This is what it imagined it would have looked like as well. And here's one of the toilets. And why did it move here? Because the old Smithfield Market was a byword for horrible locations, congestion, danger, overcrowding, filth, disease, and cruelty, as depicted in Charles Dickens' Oliver Twist. So they moved it here. The City of London bought the land, and they constructed this new market in the 1850s. I'm David Harry. I am the London Spy. This is London. And please follow me if you like the videos. Click on the links to follow my TikTok, and come and see me at one of my tours.